everybody. I promise you, people's in Brazil. I promise you, my coach, we're gonna change up everybody's life, and I will bring that belt to Brazil. He's good. He's have a good kickboxing, bro. But of course, I'm much better. So I'm excited to test myself against him.
For Islam and saying that they believe Carlos Prates has a good shot at beating him now after seeing this Ian Gary fight. What's your reaction to the MMA community being some of them being a little bit negative about the way this fight played out?
Great. Set it up. Bring on the next one. We're expected to fight the best ones available. So if it's Prates, great. If it's Morales, great. If it's Shavkat, great. Bring them. I don't care. Islam is not going to care who he fights. Well, look, if we are pound for pound number one and we claim that, and which we do, we shouldn't be afraid of anybody. And Islam's not. So I don't think he cares who's next. If it's the number one guy the UFC picks, that's who we fight. So, it's like you come, let's see what you can do. We'll prepare for you too, just like everybody else. And we have to respect every one of these fighters.
Carlos Prates claims that he's next for Islam, claims he was told, you will be Islam's next opponent. You're fighting for the world championship. Signed a new deal. Signed an 8-fight deal. I mean, Prates gave us a lot of information. It would be unusual if in the process of giving us lots of information that he slipped something in there that wasn't so. But it's also possible that there was a misunderstanding.
These guys, Morales, Prates, Shavkat, they make me like training every day more hard. But because I say this is the real fighters who can give me good fights. It's more tough guys, more big guys. With all respect, they are the most powerful division right now.
I need a message for Islam Makhachev.
I will knock you out, bro. I will knock you out.
Knock you out?
I will bring that belt to Brazil. The first welterweight champ from Brazil.
I feel in my heart of hearts it's going to be Carlos Prates. I feel like that's the move. That's the guy who's been more active. That's the guy who has the higher quality wins.
Now, still, stylistically, and particularly a guy like Prates, I do believe that the UFC is probably going to give him Carlos Prates because they like him. Bro, stylistically, that's a great matchup for Islam Makhachev.
I'm fascinated with Islam at 170 because I think it's going to be a lot tougher for him. And so now we're going to really, truly see who he is. He's already proven himself at 155. There was really nothing left. Yes, there was another Arman fight. And yes, we wanted to see the Ilya fight. And I would argue that I probably wanted to see those fights more than any other challenge at 170. But now, him versus Carlos, him versus Michael Morales, him versus Shavkat, maybe a rematch down the line against Ian Gary. Sign me up. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. And so who are they going to go with? They had Carlos there. They had cameras on him. They did the split screen with Michael Morales and Carlos Prates. I feel in my heart of hearts it's going to be Carlos Prates. I feel like that's the move. That's the guy who's been more active. That's the guy who has the higher quality wins. I feel like this is the move.
Yeah, it's so hard because, like, after Ian lost, he was almost like, I lost. Like, I felt like he survived. I don't know. I have, like, a weird mixed emotion about, like, he survived, and I felt like he didn't give it. It's kind of hard for me to say this, right? It's almost like, I never forget when I fought Dominic Cruz, I left it out there. I was fucking battered, beaten, fucking face was all swollen. I gave it my all. Like, I just really, I guess you say, laid it all out on the line. Like, I'm going to try to fucking finish you. And I just didn't feel that same killer instinct. Even Dana White said the exact same thing.
I felt like, I think that Ian is a talented guy. If he had even an ounce of killer instinct, you don't come out and hug and shake hands in the fight. That shit drives me fucking crazy.
Dude, I had the opportunity to dethrone the greatest of the generation, of my generation, the greatest of all time, the 2 divisional champ. And I didn't feel that killer instinct. But when you look at his past fights, his 5 fights, he's gone to decision. He hasn't really developed new skills. He is only 20.
At just 28, Carlos Prates is already making noise. issuing a brutal warning to Islam Makhachev and promising to knock him out before taking UFC gold back to Brazil. But here comes the real question. Is Prates actually the most dangerous striker Makhachev has ever faced? Javier Mendez has fired back with a blunt response, making it clear that whoever enters the cage, Makhachev is ready to dominate them. Chael Sonnen has also addressed Prates' claim that he was promised the next title shot. Prates admits he will enter as the underdog, but says that only makes him more dangerous. He refuses to retreat, wants to shock everyone, and insists this fight isn't about money or the belt. He truly believes he can defeat Makhachev and prove his doubters
Underdog, but not because of the title, only because of the title or money. But I really wanna fight him because I wanna test myself against him. I'm really excited to do this. I really think I can win. I can shock the world. I can make everybody surprised.
You feel it. You really truly feel it in your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it's all coming together for you.
I will do this. I will do this.
You believe you'll be the one to beat him.
Javier Mendez has addressed the Carlos Prates hype, making one thing crystal clear. A spectacular win over JDM doesn't automatically mean he can handle Islam. Islam Makhachev. Mendez acknowledged Prates' abilities but warned that Islam is an entirely different caliber of opponent. He stressed that Prates' recent knockout success could become completely irrelevant once the fight hits the ground. Now the biggest question is whether Prates can survive Islam's relentless pressure, brutal takedowns, and elite control without getting completely overwhelmed.
Is an incredible fighter. But remember, Carlos Prates fought with Ian Gary, and how did that go? Just because his last fight was fantastic against which Mo,
JDM,
right? JDM. Sorry, yes, JDM.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's going to be Islam. It's a different fighter. He did fight fantastic.
Discussing UFC 330, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Gary, Prates has absolutely no patience for Islam Makhachev's grappling-heavy style, calling those ground battles boring and demanding nothing but brutal action and knockouts. Now, the burning question is, can Prates turn his fierce dislike for Islam Makhachev's style into the weapon that finally exposes the champion?
I don't know, I don't watch fights at all, striking fights or some of friends. Of course, I like to watch, but especially if there's some grappler fighting, I don't like to watch. I like to watch people's getting knockouts, a lot of action and things like that. And it's crazy because now I really like to train grappling, more than striking, but I don't like to watch. Yeah, but I don't like to watch grappling and fighters go to the ground.
By mocking Makhachev, Prates claims he spotted openings to expose Islam's takedown game, particularly whenever the champion is striking. He acknowledges Islam's kickboxing skills, then declares, "I'm much better on the feet, and I can't wait to test myself against the champion." The real question now is whether Prates can keep Islam's takedowns at bay long enough to unleash the striking advantage he believes.
Especially up close, do you see holes? Do you see, things that you're going to try to exploit when you fight him? He's been 17 wins in a row, and usually very dominant. But yet I'm wondering, when you watch him, do you see holes that you're going to try to exploit?
Yeah, especially on the takedowns.
Oh,
Try takedowns on when he's striking, I like to see the way I can he defend something, stop some takedown or things like that.
okay. What about on the feet? What about the striking? What do you make of his striking?
He's good. He's have a good kickboxing, bro, but of course I'm much better. So I'm excited to test my.
Javier Mendez makes it crystal clear that Team Makhachev isn't intimidated by Carlos Prates or anyone the UFC throws their way. He says, if Prates is next, bring him on because Islam is ready for the best opponent available. Even though Prates may be coming off a dominant win, Mendez refuses to let the hype shake his team. The message couldn't be clearer. Team Makhachev fears absolutely no one. And if Prates wants Islam, they're more than ready to find out what.
Islam is not going to care who he fights. Well, look, if we are pound for pound number one and we claim that, which we do, we shouldn't be afraid of anybody. And Islam's not. So I don't think he cares who's next. If it's the number one guy the UFC picks, that's who we fight. So, it's
Carlos Prates has delivered a brutal warning to Islam Makhachev, declaring he's ready to enter the cage and knock the champion out. He's not chasing a decision. Prates wants a crushing finish that could stun Makhachev and bring UFC gold back to Brazil. The question now remains, can Prates actually deliver that knockout promise against one of the UFC's most dominant fighters?
To Islam, what do you want to say to Islam?
I'm ready to fight. Can't wait to fight him, and I will knock him out. I promise everybody. I promise you, peoples in Brazil. I promise my coach. We're gonna change up everybody's life, and I will bring that.
Javier Mendez, Mutabik Islam Makhachev, or Charles Oliveira Key fight Bohat Dangerous Hoagie. Oliveira Key explosive striking or range KO wo mantahai. Lekan assault test uski takedown defense ka haga. Mendez Kadahai ku Islam striking par kara ray soktahai. Magar uska main Maksad Oliveira KO ground par lujakar uski escape, reversal or survival abilities test karnahaga. Asal Sol Yahai Kukia Oliveira.
A fight between him and Islam would look if he was the next one.
It's a very dangerous fight because he's an extremely explosive, striker that knows how to use his range really, really well. And I look forward to the challenge. So if that's who they pick, I look forward to it. And let's see how well he does with the takedown defense, and let's see how well he does with Islam striking too. It's like everybody was thinking that Islam had to take Ian down. Well, it didn't quite work out as well as people thought, did he? He hit him. He hit him with the beautiful kick. He hit him with some decent strikes, So it wasn't like he had to take him down. It was the best option, And obviously, it doesn't take a scientist to know that with Prates is always going to be the best option to take him down. So it's a matter of we're going to stand with you, and if you give us the right opportunity, well, we could take you out, but ultimately, we want to take you to the ground and let's see how well you defend. And then when we get you down, let's see how well you're able to get back up or reverse us. So those could be the telltale signs of what's going to happen if we...
Bilkul, is summary ka main point Yahai ko Javier Mendez ko Nazdik Oliveira ka Sabs bara weapon uski striking or knockout power high. Lekan Islam Makhachev you say ground par luja kar test karna chahega. Fight ka Asli Sawal Yahi High Kukia Oliveira Islam could take down Se Peli knockout land cars.